I have to tell you, I sunburned the top of my head. You can't really see, but if you catch me at the right angle, you know in Home Alone 1, where Joe Pesci gets his stupid hat super glued to his head, and then he pulls off the hat, and he's got like all the little bits of hat and hair like glued to the top of his head. That's basically what I look like in normal lighting right now. It's crazy. I know you can see it, but like it was worse 2 days ago. Turns out, so I put sunscreen on the top of my head. Guess what? It turns out that it doesn't work if you go underwater. But here's the thing, my idiot brain was like, swimming is so fun that I don't even care. And then like a couple hours after that, I was like, I care now, but that's okay. Isn't that Danny DeVito with Matilda? Hang on. I know what you're talking about. They do super glue. Do they not super glue Home Alone, Joe Pesci hat glued to head? Okay, you're right. I have my movies mixed up. His head got lit on fire. In the second one, they filled the toilet with gasoline so that he actually explodes, which is crazy. I love the picture of you on Space Mountain. I love that everybody, like someone said, wow, NL's really like mastered taking perfect ride photos. No, I haven't. The only ride photo where I was in control of my reaction was the Frozen ride where I'm going like this. And that was like an ironic one because you're on Frozen, right? It has like no drop essentially. But the Space Mountain one was actually like pure fear. And it's great, like you guys don't get the unedited one because we don't want to like, put a photo of our nieces out there. But like my 8-year-old niece is in the front and my 11-year-old niece is right behind her. And they're both like, woo! And I'm gripping the gravity bar on Space Mountain like, ah! Like I'm seeing God. It's crazy. I'm not much of a roller coaster guy, but I went on some of the more exciting ones at Disney World, but it's not like Six Flags, You're not going on anything too insane. Were people just losing their minds in like 1970 when Space Mountain was built? It's a pretty like intense experience for 2023. In 1966, when people got on Space Mountain, people could have died on Space Mountain. Nowadays, you're like, woo! But back in the day, like when you'd like get on the carousel and then you go on Space Mountain and see God. Space Mountain only goes 27 miles an hour. Yeah, but it was built like before magnets existed, so the whole ride you're going like, and it's in like the complete darkness. I rode Flight of Passage, the Avatar ride at Animal Kingdom. I thought that was a lot of fun. Appreciate it. But I was laughing because for some reason, like our ride got a little bit screwed up on Flight of Passage. And the dude next to us kept talking. He was cracking jokes. I was like, this guy should be a streamer. They do like a fake, like, we got to genetically match you to a Na'vi so that you can get your avatar to fly on the Banshee. And then it was like, error, genetic matching, error. And then the one dad was like, oh, sorry, guys, I think that's me. And then his kid like hit him in the leg and was like, Dad, it's a video. I think they do that every time. And then when we were sitting in like the ride vehicle, they do this fake like sinking thing. Probably while like the other like section of the ride gets prepared. It took like 6 or 7 minutes and we were sitting there like stuck at quote unquote 60%. And then the same guy was like, it's fun to think that one day we'll look back and say, hey guys, remember when the genetic pairing used to take so long? Now it only takes like a second. And his kids were like pissed off. And I was laughing my ass off. He was definitely the funniest guy in the Avatar ride. But I'm just going to say it. Maybe this makes me basic. Best ride at Disney World? Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. Maybe just for me, it got a couple of extra bonus points because of the fact that they played Flock of Seagulls I Ran. Rise of the Resistance was really good too. Avatar was a lot of fun. I went on a lot of kids' rides too. I went on It's a Small World After All, I think 5 times with my daughter. A classic. You know what I realized though? I always hated Small World because it's like an earworm. But it's actually great because you get to sit down for like 9 minutes. Whereas most of the time, when you like wait in line for a ride like that, you wait in line for like an hour and then you're on the ride for 3 minutes. But to get on the ride, and like my kid was losing her mind, it was like her favorite ride of all time. But for me, I was like, holy cow, it feels like it's 45 degrees Celsius outside and I get to sit down inside for 15 minutes and feel like a good dad. This is crazy. What about Pirates? You know what I realized about roller coasters? I'm learning to live with myself and my unique neurological structure, okay? I think that I was scared of roller coasters because my parents primed me to be scared of roller coasters. When we would go to theme parks like once or twice in my entire childhood, my parents would be like, oh, I don't want to get on that ride. It's too scary. I don't want to get on that ride. It's too scary. I'm 5 years old. My parents are the only people in the world that I trust. I'm like, of course I'm going to be like imprinted with the idea that roller coasters are scary, okay? So even as an adult, I've been like, oh, that roller coaster is like too scary for me. But you know what saved my life is my 8-year-old niece was like, I don't like roller coasters. And then on the first day, we were like, ride that one with Kate and see if you like it. And she rode it and she was like, oh, I loved it. And then she rode all the scary roller coasters like for the rest of the trip. So I was like, I'm not going to be stunted on by an 8-year-old. I'm going to face my fears, okay? Here's where I'm at with roller coasters. I'm not scared of roller coasters. I don't like heights. There's a difference in the two things there. A roller coaster that goes really fast, or a roller coaster that goes through a loop, or a roller coaster that goes through twists and turns, that's no problem. A roller coaster that slowly takes you up very, very, very high and then drops you at as fast as possible, that's where I feel some discomfort, okay? But I'm getting there. I rode Space Mountain. Space Mountain is there's not really a drop. Guardians of the Galaxy, not really a drop. I'm more scared of roller coasters that are like, they're named like Behemoth. And it's like, check it out. Remember how last summer we made the tallest roller coaster of all time? Well, we made one 100 feet taller than that. And I'm like, well, I already shit my pants 20 times on Behemoth, but sure, let's shit it 105 times on Leviathan or whatever. Also, I get that this is kind of the point, but like maybe I should not design a roller coaster, but like I would love a roller coaster that had like a ride vehicle that completely closed you in. Because when you look at the stats, you're like, this shit only goes like 80 kilometers an hour. That's like the speed that you go on a 50 kilometer an hour speed limit road. Like I get that there's a difference. The difference is that when you're on like a little half bicycle and you got nothing on the side of you and nothing in front of you and you're like, I don't trust the restraints at all. And then they like launch you at full speed and you're like, "Ugh." When you're in your car, you're like, eating pistachios and tailgating. So you're distracted. But I think you could do a roller coaster that like sends you to space as long as they just put you inside of like a car. Because I'm pretty sure the monorail goes faster than like almost any ride at roller coaster or at Disney World. Guardians of the Galaxy is like the fastest one. It only goes 100 kilometers an hour. I'm pretty sure the monorail must go like at least 40. I don't know if other people are like this because I'm not that roller coaster pilled. Anytime I got on a roller coaster, because at Disney World, they don't ask you to like take off your glasses or like your hat or your bag or anything like that. I would like put all this stuff under my shoes and then just clamp my feet down as hard as possible on top of them so that they didn't fly out of the ride. So I was like, maybe that's one of the reasons that I didn't like roller coasters that much before, is because I'm always distracted by like, oh, what if my bag falls out of the coaster? Your glasses? When I rode the Bat at Canada's Wonderland in the 12th grade, it's a roller coaster that takes you through a loop and then you go backwards through the same loop. On the first loop, my glasses fell off of my head and I had to catch them. And then I had to go through the second loop with just holding my glasses out in front of my face, like hoping that they wouldn't fall off. Otherwise, I couldn't see anything. I'm making an executive decision. That story was my ick. Yeah, I can understand it. I can't really be mad at you for that one. We got 4 life left. We're going on this one. You caught your glasses on a loop. I hate when something amazing happens to me because people don't believe it. Because I don't present as being that cool. But I'm like a pretty fucking cool dude. And it will surprise you, I'm fairly coordinated. Yes, I fall down now and then. I stumble now and then. But I'm pretty coordinated. I played baseball for 10 years. It wasn't, travel ball, but it was still like, I was doing pretty well, I'd say. Aren't you a toe walker? Yeah, but like on a roller coaster, nobody knows you're a toe walker.